How willing are you to obey orders from an authority figure? I'm sure many of you would say that you would deny it if the case became too extreme, or if it went against your moral standards and integrity. But this may not be so true. Believe it or not, despite its ethical ambiguity, this has actually been tested and tried under a set of experiments known as the Milgram experiments. Tests on obedience to authority figures. You see, Stanley Milgram, after the Nazi regime end, conducted a series of experiments contesting whether or not we as humans will obey an authority figure who instructs them to perform acts which are heavily conflicted on whether or not they are right or wrong. For example, if you were ordered to perform an act that would cause apparent harm or injury to another human being. His thought process was, ordinary people simply doing their jobs without any particular hostility on their part can become agents in a terrible destructive process. Moreover, even when destructive effects of the work become patently clear, and they are asked to carry out actions incompatible with fundamental standards of morality, relatively few people have the resources needed to resist such authority. By having an authority figure order you to perform actions, there is a sense of responsibility loss. This disappearance of a sense of responsibility is the most far-reaching consequence of submission to authority. Once this responsibility is taken from you, all blame goes on the authority figure, not on yourself. Thus you see a detachment from the situation at hand. This is what was going on with the Nazis at the time, and what Stanley believes to be the case with the experiment subjects who conceded to actions of questionable morality within the experiments. It's been established that from 1993 to the 1950s, millions of innocent people, Jews, blacks, and other ethnicities that were not adhering to the Nazi definition of perfection were systematically slaughtered on command. Concentration camps. People killed just for not following what they were supposed to do. Quotas of deaths and murders, not to mention the gas chambers. These inhuman policies may have originated in the mind of a single person, but they could only have been carried out on a massive scale if a very large number of people obeyed orders. Or rather, have them follow your definition or purview of what the right or wrong in the world should be. Control the manner in which a man interprets his world, and you've gone a long way toward controlling his behavior. This is a video for another time, but this is how Hitler made everyone see his way of thinking, which led to the atrocities of the Holocaust and the World War II. There is always a propensity for people to accept definitions of actions provided by legitimate authority, but it is ultimately up to us to decide whether or not it is an order that we should follow. It may be that we are puppets controlled by the strings of society, but at least we are puppets with perception, with awareness, and perhaps with our awareness, it is the first step towards liberation. It is not so much the kind of a person a man is, it is the kind of situation in which he finds himself that determines how he will act. Thank you for watching, and like and subscribe.